Today's topic of discussion is no contact. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down some key concepts in terms of why no contact is so powerful and how to effectively use it in your day-to-day activities. So first point is purpose. So you as a man, right, you need to be constantly working on your purpose day in, day out. So this relates back to higher purpose, which is connection with God. So God wants you to worship Him. He wants you to provide value to society. He wants you to provide for your family and so on. So with women, there's going to be certain periods where you have a disagreement. So when you have, let's say, a disagreement, you're not quite on the same page. That's the best time to apply no contact. So no contact means when you stop communicating with the other person. So people think that, when I do no contact, I can still watch their stories, I can still, reply to whatever content that they're posting or whatever BS. That's not what no contact is. No contact is when you just literally lock off someone. So you cut off that person for extended periods of time. Several days, several weeks. Now for guys who just don't seem to understand this, or they're just completely oblivious to this, you guys need to realize in today's time, no contact needs to be applied multiple times. This isn't just going to be a one-time thing. Here in, let's say, UK, right, women have been programmed to be disobedient. So the system has taught these women that, you can go out there, be boss babe type girls, be independent, you don't need a man for anything. So to get a woman to comply and get a woman to be cooperative, that needs to be done in no contact, because a woman needs to see that you're constantly working on your purpose. So with or without her. So this right here is going to be a harsh pill to swallow for a woman when she sees that how when you stop communicating with her, you're still pushing forward, you're still grinding, you're still moving to the next level. Do you understand? That kills a woman from the inside, knowing that, I'm not communicating with this guy, me and him are not talking anymore, but he's still pushing, he's still leveling himself up. It's really important, because if you're not doing that and you're thinking about her day in, day out, what does that do? It depletes you of your energy. There's only so much energy that you have during the day. And that's what's happening with a lot of guys. A lot of guys are using all of their energy on women, day in, day out, trying to get a woman to cooperate, trying to talk to her, trying to persuade her, trying to send a magical text message or whatever BS. None of that works. The only thing that women respond to is silence. Give them that silence. You see how I stopped there for like 2 seconds? That silence for days and weeks. Unfortunately, it needs to be applied now more than any other time period. It needs to be applied multiple times. Because women, just as our men, so men ain't leaders in society anymore, and then women, they don't want to follow men anymore. So you as a man, right, a man of value, you need to condition a woman. Condition her from the get-go. Okay, if you're not trying to be cooperative, if you're not trying to have a respectful conversation with me, I'm going to have to remove myself from this situation. It's not out of bitterness, it's not out of spite, it's not out of hatred. You're not trying to manipulate her. You're literally telling her, look, if you're not trying to have a respectful conversation with me, and you're not trying to cooperate with me, I have no other choice but to carry on working on my purpose. And then guess what? Our respect's going to go up. So, as I've mentioned from previous videos, respect equals love. So respect's going to be going up for you. She's going to be seeing you like, when you're posting, let's say, your content on a daily basis, she's going to be like, damn, this guy's still going. He's still pushing forward. I thought I had power over him. Clearly not. So that leads us to the next point when it comes to disrespect. Anytime a woman shows bad behavior, disrespectful behavior, she's not trying to cooperate with you, she's trying to play childish games with you, you have to apply no contact. You know, that right there conditions a woman to know that, okay, this guy here, he means business. As soon as I'm showing the slightest bit of disrespect, check her, you tell her, look, that right there is not going to be tolerated. So if she's trying to go back and forth with you, so with, let's say, with the texting, because on social media nowadays, relationships, half of them are being built from social media. You know, it's just flipping pathetic, you know. Relationships nowadays, so you got half on social media and half of them are in person, real life. But anyway, regardless of whichever one it is, you're still going to be communicating through text message. So when a woman starts to show not cooperative behavior, she starts to show disrespect, unsend your messages. Stop communicating with her. It's really important. You guys here need to start valuing yourselves. The problem is, a lot of guys, they don't seem to put no value on themselves. You know, they've been taught by society that, oh yeah, you guys here aren't good enough. So you got all these guys chasing after money for the wrong reasons, you know, just trying to get all this materialism. And then you got women putting on all of this makeup, wearing all these dirty outfits, objectifying themselves. This is what men and women in today's society, this is all they're doing. So the way to be able to differentiate yourselves from that is by simply doing no contact with people. It doesn't just apply to women, it applies to everyone. Family, friends, whoever. Anybody who's not showing the same level of respect towards you guys, you have to stop communicating with them. You know, but society is not going to teach you that. Society is going to teach you, oh yeah, you know, just keep talking to the person, things will work out, this and that. The more energy, the more time, the more effort you put into speaking to a woman, the less she's going to reciprocate it. You know, if a woman's not trying to talk to you, just remove yourself from that person. So next point is love. In the no contact periods, a woman's love is going to increase. It's going to go up. Because she's going to be watching you. She's going to be stalking you. Don't think women are not watching. Women are watching like flipping, like crazy. You know, they got their eyes on you. Day in, day out. They're going to be watching you. Because she knows like all these other beta male thirsty guys, she can get every single one of them. But this guy here, this guy is a real challenge. You know, women get bored with the other guys. So you guys who are watching this, when you're a real challenge to a woman, you're a real guy who's an actual man of value, it's going to be difficult to try and get your attention. You understand? That's why certain times you can have periods where let's say you stop communicating with a woman a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, and the woman can still be watching your content. So if you're posting, let's say, your content related to your purpose, she's still watching it day in, day out. But you would think, oh yeah, she's moved on. It's like, nah, a lot of times women don't move on. How can they move on from someone who's actually grinding? Because guys who are loser bums in life, they're going to be chasing after her. Just chase, 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 chase. They ain't got no respect for themselves. So that woman there, she's not going to be able to love that person. If a guy is just always trying to get with her. If you give her space, give her distance, she needs to come back correct. Come back with the correct behaviour. Then you can have a conversation with her. Then it's a respectful conversation then it's on your terms and your conditions. So let's say certain times a woman locks it off with you guys. She's shown disrespect and you've gone into no contact now. What you can do is you can set conditions for that woman to start speaking to you again. You tell her, look, I don't appreciate how you was disrespectful before. I would like an apology. If she doesn't want to apologize, doesn't want to cooperate, guess what? Back into no contact. No contact again for her. You carry on working on your purpose and you talk to other women. And you see her love goes up even more then. She'll be like, damn, this guy here, he's solid. That's what I mentioned in my videos, right? About being internally solid. Guys don't seem to understand this. You see the beta males, all they're focused on is external. They don't understand any of this. They're not supposed to understand this information, which is fine anyway. You understand? My content ain't going to be for everyone. It's only for a small set percentage of guys who actually understand the game and guys who have actually been working on themselves. They've got the self-reflection. They've done the self-reflection needed. If 90% of guys are failing in their relationships, how do I be a part of the 10%? If you're trying to be a part of the 10%, then you need to do stuff which is different. Stuff that 90% of the guys aren't doing. Because 90% of guys in today's society, they're not grinding day in, day out. They're not trying to be the best version of themselves. So I've mentioned from the previous videos, a guy who's trying to level himself up mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So all of those arenas. When you're trying to do that, a woman's going to naturally gravitate towards you. She's going to see that this guy here, he's constantly improving. And then guess what? Her love's going to go up for you guys. So final point is peace. You as a man, you should be comfortable being alone. You should value your peace of mind more than anything. Because that's what it is with me. My peace of mind comes first in life. When I've got peace of mind, I'm able to function. I ain't got no drama, I ain't got no BS, I ain't got no back and forth with someone. A lot of these guys are in unsatisfied, unhealthy relationships. If you're in an unhealthy relationship, you're going to be getting depleted of all your energy. You ain't got no peace of mind. You ain't got no mental clarity. You're not able to make the correct decisions in life. So that's why it's really important. When you've got a good peace of mind, when you're somebody who's got mental clarity, women will naturally gravitate towards you. because women's life is chaotic. You know, their emotions are going constantly up and down, up and down. Certain times they go through, you know, periods of the month where, you know, they're on their menstruals and so on. You know, their life is pretty much erratic. But when they see that this guy here has got peace of mind, he's solid and he's a steady state of emotion, women can't help themselves but to gravitate towards that. So just to wrap up, purpose. So you as a man, right, working on your purpose, grinding day in, day out, working on your mission. That's what you've been created for as a man. To carry on working on your purpose. A woman is secondary. A woman assists you on that. If a woman doesn't want to assist you on your purpose, on your mission, she doesn't want to support you, guess what? No contact. Give them no contact. Give them that taste of no contact. I'm telling you. They can't help themselves. They literally will reach out to you guys indirectly, because that's what women do. Feminine women, they're all about just indirect. They can't directly reach out to you. Reason being is because they fear rejection. They fear that, oh yeah, you're just going to tell them, nah, not interested. That just destroys a woman's ego. A woman can't stand rejection. You know, completely just wipes them out. So next point after that was disrespect. That's what it is. Any type of disrespect, you need to check the behavior and tell her, look, I don't appreciate how you've been disrespectful. And if she's still going back and forth with you, this and that, slap her with no contact. And the next point after that was love. Her love's going to start to go up during those time periods. The distance, cold treatment, giving her the cold shoulder. She's not trying to be respectful towards you guys. Guess what? No contact. Until a woman is ready to have a respectful conversation with you, she's trying to talk to you appropriately, then you can speak to her. And the final point was peace. So your peace of mind needs to come first in life. A lot of guys, they don't seem to understand this. They think that, oh yeah, if I just put more energy into it, put more effort into it, if I try and convince her, if I try and force it, nah, that right there is not going to work. I'm telling you lot, you know, so many guys make that same mistake. Day in, day out. They end up just getting sucked of their energy. You know, use that energy towards your purpose and on yourself. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.